So in this class, we'll be learning everything that has to do with stock taking and inventory management. So in case you're just meeting me for the first time, my name is Emma Uchendu, okay? And I am an accountant, the founder of Stock Accounting Service. Stock Accounting Service is a bookkeeping and accounting firm that offers accounting, stock taking, bookkeeping, tax, and accounting software related services to small businesses in Nigeria. And for the past 4 years, we have been able to work for over 250 SMEs, both in the areas of offering accounting services, trainings, and the rest. All right. So I've been in this path for the last 4 years, and I can say that I have a lot of experience handling inventory, doing stock take, doing inventory audits, doing spot check for a lot of product-based businesses in Nigeria. Okay, I have had the opportunity of having clients who book me and my team, pay for accommodation, pay for our logistics, bring us down to their location, for us to offer our services to them. All right. So that is just a brief intro on me. And if you want to do some background check on me, my footprints, digital footprints are there in the social media platform. You can check up Emma Uchendo on Facebook, and you can also check out my business page, Stock Accounting Services. If you join this class through Facebook adverts, all right, you will see the name of the organization running the adverts, that is Stock Accounting Services. So you can visit that page and go through some of the posts that we have made there to get a better knowledge, to do your due diligence, or whatever you feel like you want to know, okay, about me, my organization, from those digital footprints. All right. Now that I have cleared that, let's get started to what this live section holds for us. All right. In this webinar, I will take you by hand and I will show you how to perform stock take and manage inventory for product-based businesses around you. Almost everyone here, all right, bought a product this month and this week, to be precise. Almost everyone here bought a product this week. Is that true or false? Let me know. Did you buy a product this week? Did you buy a product this month? Physical product. Physical product. Okay, because what I'm going to teach in this class is something that we all do. Okay? Okay? It's something that we all do. Did you buy a physical product this week or this month? Let me know in the comment section. It's an interactive class. All right. I did not come here to come and talk to you alone and go. All right. It's an interactive class. Did you buy a product? Okay. A lot of people are saying yes. Did you buy a product? Thank you so much. Now, this answer is clarifying the fact that product is something that is always around us. Okay. Product has been here for decades, and it will be here 100 years after many of us are gone. Listen, as long as human beings exist, as long as there are people in planet Earth, product is something that will never get out of vogue. As long as human beings exist in this planet Earth, all right, product will continue to exist, because as long as human beings are in this planet Earth, we need to eat, we need to drink, we need to wear clothes, we need to buy gadgets, we need to buy furniture, we need to buy cars, we need to buy a lot of things. As long as human beings exist, we need to buy product every day. And we all have agreed that this week and this month that we bought product for different reasons, for different use and different purposes. And that is to show that what we are going to learn in this section is something that is with us and not something that I am just coming up with. Okay. But those people who sell that product to you are facing a lot of challenge. Those people who sells that product to you are every day struggling with those products. If you bought chicken this December, if you bought chicken this Christmas, okay, the person who sold that chicken to you lost some chicken. Some of the chicken died in transit. Some of them died before they were able to sell it to you. All right. And that is a challenge. That is a loss. That is a problem for that particular person who sold the item or the product to you. All right. Now, if you bought drinks this week, all right, the person who sold that drink to you is facing a lot of challenge. Some of those drinks must have expired before he got a new stock. Some of those products must have got damaged in transit where they are moving it from where he bought it to his own store. Okay. Now, as long as products exist, people who sell these products will continue to face challenge. And because they will continue to face challenge, they need people like myself who has the skill of how to handle stock, of how to manage inventory to help them solve some of this challenge and the problems they have. And that is what I'm going to teach you in the step number 1, where we are going to learn how to perform stock take and manage inventory for product-based businesses. Now, after we have learned this skill, after we have learned how to do it, after we have become confident enough in the skill that we have, I'm going to expose you to 3 profitable niches you can start earning from today using your stock take and inventory management skill. All right, guys, this thing I'm teaching you this night is not a forgery. It is not something I am coming up. And that is why I started by telling you my social media handles. Go and check my posts. Go and check my activities on social media, especially my 2021 and 2022 posts, because currently in 2023, I became so busy that I rarely post, okay? I rarely took social media very, very, very serious, all right, this year, because my schedules were choked up that I had little time posting. All right. So I'm going to expose you to 3 profitable niches where you can start earning from with your stock take and your what inventory management skill. Then after that, I will teach you how to monetize and earn 30 to 100K performing inventory management and stock taking skill. Listen. A lot of people have skill, but it is not everyone that has a skill that is earning from it. 2 of us. Many of us that are listening to me this night have a skill. Aside from stock take, there is a skill that you have, but you are not earning anything from it. Am I correct? All right. I am so happy that we all agree on this. So I am not just going to tell you the profitable niches, because that you know a profitable niche doesn't mean that you are making money out of it. That you know that people are making money creating ebooks and that you have created one doesn't mean that you're going to make money out of it. All right. There are ways, there are strategies, there are things you need to say. When you approach a client, when a client comes to you, there are things you need to say. There are terms, there are terminologies, there are keywords that needs to flow from your mouth that will make that customer, that will make that client know that you really know what you are doing, that you are not just a JJC in this line. There are things you will say and it will strike a chord, okay, with the customer or the client. And these are some of the things I'm going to show you. All right. Now, before we start, okay, I have already introduced myself, so no need for that. And I just want to know if you are ready for us to dive deep into what stock take and inventory management is. If you're ready, help me comment that you are ready. All right. Help me comment that you are ready. All right. Comment. Are you ready? Are you ready for this expository? Now, what is stock take? Okay. Stock taking is simply the art. Okay. It's simply the art of counting. It's simply the art of numbering. Guys, take note of this keyword. Take note of these keywords, because these keywords that I am dropping this night are the things that are going to guide you. All right. They are the things that are going to guide you if you're ever going to earn a kobo out of the skills you will learn this night. All right, take note of the keyword. It says stock taking is simply the act of counting. It's numbering down the amount of stock or inventory owned by a business for a particular purpose or objective. Now, this is a definition. If you have your writing material, you can write this down. If you do not have, you can take a screenshot. Now, let's break down this definition. Definition breakdown. This definition covers the basic keywords or action words involved in stock take process. Listen. I believe that for you to make money out of anything, you should be able to understand the foundation, the basics of that thing. In fact, a lot of people spend time learning the elaborate part of any skill than the basics. Somebody wants to learn Microsoft Excel. Instead of that person will start with learning addition and subtraction. The person wants to start with VLOOKUP. You want to start with big formulas. You have not learned how to add and minus with Microsoft Excel. You want to learn how to do permutation, how to do statistics with Microsoft Excel. You are going to crash. The foundation of every skill that you are going to learn is to understand the basics. And this is the basis of stock take that I am giving you this night. Write these things down. Now, the definition breakdown. Now, the definition is broken down into these four things. There is counting. For every stock take that has ever happened on this planet Earth, there is counting. There is numbering, applying number to what you have counted. There is writing down. No matter how intelligent you are, no matter how smart you are, no matter how retentive your memory is, there is a level you get in stock take, especially when you get to the commercial level, which is the level I am operating now. The commercial level is that level where people can book you, where people can pay your accommodation and get you into their states to come and do stock take for them. All right. When you get to that level, your brain cannot retain a lot of information. So you must be able to write. Then there is no stock take that has ever happened without a purpose. Let me give you an example. A lot of ladies here, a lot of you went into your kitchen. Okay, this is an example. A lot of you went into your kitchen to check the number of onion maybe remaining in your kitchen so that you can make plans on either buying more. Is that true? It might not be true for everybody, but I believe there are something you went into your kitchen to check if you have enough of. And when you went into your kitchen, you probably use your eyes to count, okay, to check how many. Okay, I have 4 onions in this kitchen. Okay, I need to buy more. And that is it. That single act you just did is stock take. But this is basic stock take. This is basic stock take. But if you notice, there is also a purpose for that stock take because you are trying to check the number of onions so that you will know what if you are going to buy more or if you have enough. All right. Did you see how it goes? This is something you just did for yourself. This is something you just did for your own consumption. But there was a counting. Maybe you did not open your mouth to count it, but you use your eye to number it. Okay, I have 4 onions. And that is a purpose. You want to know whether you should buy more or you should not. Now, for a lot of guys here, for the guys here, the gentlemen here, all right, many of you went into your drawer, many of you went into your wardrobe, rather, all right, to check maybe how many pairs of shoes you have. Check how many pairs of shoes, how many pairs of trousers you have, all right? And when you go, many of you will just say, okay, I have 4, I have 4 pairs of pants, I have 4 pairs of shoes, and you just number it. Maybe your objective is just to know how many you have. Or your objective will be to know whether you are going to buy more or you're not going to buy more. All right. So now for every stock take that has happened, there is a purpose. The bricklayer who is in a construction site, molding block. Okay. The bricklayer who is in a construction site, molding block and writing on the floor has a purpose, has an objective. And that purpose or objective is to know the number of block that he that he have molded, okay? And maybe the person must have given him a target because many of them do things like counting, Okay, the number of block you mowed in a day um, um, determines how much you are paid. So that person needs to keep an accurate record on how many blocks he have mowed. Okay, now another scenario is the person who is going to pack those blocks after the block has been molded. All right, is also going to count. Maybe they have agreed that they are going to pay him 20 naira for per block. Okay, these people I'm talking about are just people with basic education. Okay, now they are going to pay him 20 naira for per block. He's going to pack in the site, and as he's packing it, he's writing numbers on the body. He might pack 10 sets and he will write number. Why? What that thing he is doing there is stock take, but on a basic level. So the examples I am giving to you this night is to show you that this is something that we have been doing. It is not a new thing. The only thing is that we have not enhanced our skills. We have not deployed strategies that could help us earn from it. All right, we are utilizing it in our daily life. Stock take is not only about product, it is also a life skill. You get it? It is also a life skill. So there is nobody here that will say, I have never done stock take. We all here have done stock take. With this example, is it true that we all have done stock take here? Let me know in the comment section, guys. With these examples I have given you, is it true that at a point in our life, we have tried to do stock take? Is it true? Thank you so much, Felicia. Felicia says yes. Okay, Faith says it is true. Abba says yes. Ayela says yes. Tolulope says yes. Young CEO says yes. Aminat says yes. And Chichi says yes. Chioma says yes. So the yes are coming. All right. So, guys, you're saying that what I'm teaching you or what I'm showing you this night is not just something that I manufactured, it's something that we all have been doing, but on a basic level. And on this basic level, you cannot earn from it. You need to step up your game a bit for people to be able to pay. Now you can see everybody is saying yes. Now that Bridget is saying yes, that she have done stock take before, and she have done it on a basic level, will Bridget be comfortable enough to pay Chichi, who has also done it on a basic level, to come and do it for her? No, because what you are bringing to the table is what Bridget already have. So Bridget cannot pay Chichi to come and do it. Are you seeing how this thing happened? So for Bridget to be able to pay someone who can come and do this, it means that that person should have something extra that Bridget does not have. And the extras are the things I am going to reveal to you. Guys, it's going to be an impactful section. All right. It's going to be an impactful section. I hope you stick with me. Now, why do we are in the next slide? Why do businesses do stock take? Remember, we are focusing on businesses because these are people that are going to pay you. Okay, these are people that are going to pay you. Why do businesses do stock take? There are a whole lot of reasons why businesses that sell physical products do stock take, and one of that reason is because they want to track damages. Okay, the second reasons, maybe the first reason, they want to track damage. A lot of them go, they buy this physical product. Of course, they have to move it from the manufacturing company where they buy it, either as a wholesaler, as a depot, or whatever level they are operating in. As a retailer, they have to move it from where they bought it to where their own location is for them to be able to sell it. In that process of transit, a lot of it will get damaged. You know Nigeria, you know the bad roads. Okay, a lot of them might get stolen. Some people ambush vehicles carrying products and they steal from them. Okay, now when they get to their location, they have to offload it. In the process of offloading it, if you have seen where drinks are offloaded, drinks, okay, I mean drinks on breakable bottles are offloaded, you see that most times a crate can fall off the hands. You know, the guys used to throw it now. One person is on the trailer carrying the drinks, one person is on the ground. The person on the trailer is throwing it, and the one on the ground is catching it. A lot of times, those guys have a very nice accuracy. In fact, sometimes I envy them on the things they do. But most times, mistakes happen, and you see that the person on the ground may not be able to catch what the person at the top is throwing, and that crate of drink will get shattered. That is damage. All right. There are a lot of things that cause damage. And damages are one of the reasons why businesses do or ask for stock take. Okay. Now the next reason is that staff may be stealing from them. This one is common. This one is general. There is no product-based business owner that have not experienced stealing, theft, employee theft. Okay, 2018, I was working for one of my uncle as an accountant and as a manager of his pharmaceutical business. Okay, and while I was overseeing that particular business, most times a lot of staff that work there will come and they will pick some item in the shelf because it's a combination of a pharmacy and a supermarket. All right, they will come and pick some item, maybe let's say something like let's say something like Coca-Cola drink. Okay, they will come with the intention that at the end of the work, they will pay for it before they go. Now, towards the time the company is going to close, everybody will get in a haste to leave and they will rush off without paying. Okay, now the original intention is not to steal that product, but because they have gone home that day, an account has been made for that particular day without putting into consideration the drink that they took, and without them paying for it in the next 1 week to come, they may totally forget. That automatically becomes stealing. All right. So stealing is one reason why stock take is done. The next reason why stock take is done is expiry dates. A lot of physical products expires. When you want to buy gala, the first thing you do is look at the expiry dates. When you want to buy drugs, the first thing you do is to look at the expiry dates. Now, the expiry date determines whether you are going to buy it or not. The money is not an issue. Whether you like the product is not an issue, but you just want to ensure that this product is still good enough for you to take. All right. Now, that expiry date is something that product-based businesses struggle to track. You see somebody with a big supermarket, a big mall, all right, with huge load of inventory. The ones you're seeing in the mall is not the only product he has. He has a warehouse where products are packed up. He needs to regularly check products that will soon expire so that he can auction them, so that he can sell them at a discount. So most times they forget these things. Most times their accuracy is not consistent enough. So a lot of this product expires on them, which means a huge loss. So most times you see them throwing these products away. You see them destroying it. You see them burning it. All right. So expiry date is another reason why businesses do stock take. Now, another reason is stock valuation. A lot of these business owners are pumping money, pumping millions into their business, buying physical products, stocking up. Containers were landing heavily. All right. Now, many of these business owners lose track of how much they have put into this business. They lose track of how much they have invested into their business. They don't even know the value of what they have. They don't even know the value of what is remaining and what is not remaining. And to know this total value, they need to engage people like you, people like me, that have the skill of stock take and inventory management to do a general stock count for them, assess their inventory, tell them the value of what they have. Now, another reason why stock take is done is business automation. Many of you, your husband took you out to a restaurant. Your husband took you out to malls, okay? And the same thing applies to the gentleman here. Your wife took you out, you understand, vice versa, all right? Now, in those places you go, most times when you place the order, you find out there is a system, there is a computer set in front of the sales boy, the sales girl, or the staff in that restaurant or mall. All right. You find out that when you took that ice cream or when you demanded for that ice cream, they had to go to the computer and punch in some things, print out a receipt, tell you how much the thing is, and then you make a payment and they print out receipt from there. That is an automation. That is a system that has been set in to manage the inventory, okay, and to manage the business performance. Now, before that system was set in there was somebody like myself that was invited, paid to come and install the software that powers that system, to come and do that setup, to come and get the products. When you go to places like ShopRite and buy, those products you see in ShopRite did not automatically fly into the computer. There is an inventory management person. There is somebody that set up that computer. There is somebody that imputed those products into that computer. And These are some of the things that I am going to review to you. You know, when many of you see that computer, all you know is that people are using computer to sell. Many of you don't even know that there is a software that powers that. And it's only a few people that know that there is a software inside that power. Even some people think that it's Microsoft Excel. No, it is not Microsoft Excel. All right. I'm going to review some of these things to you. All right. Now we have seen the reasons, okay, why businesses do stock take. Now let's see other names. You know, I've been saying stock take, I've been saying inventory management, and I know a lot of people will have other names. So whether you're calling it stock take, whether you're calling it inventory management, whether you're calling it inventory count, no matter the name you use to refer to this, we are all in the same page. All right. I need to emphasize on this because a lot of times some people will say, sir, it's stock take, the same with inventory counts, and is inventory management the same with this. Okay, all these things are related, they are intertwined, and it is very difficult to separate them from each other. All right, so now that I have clarified this, let's look at the basic skills for stock take. But before I start explaining this basic skill, let me know if you're getting value from this class. Are you getting value? Let me know. Drop a comment. I need to be sure that you're following me, all right? I need to be sure that I'm not just talking to myself, all right? Because this class is not for me. It is for you. I already have these skills. I've been earning from it for the past 4 years, and I have done massive things for myself. And even people that work with me, that have learned with me, are doing massive things for themselves. Okay. All right. I'm so glad that we are getting value from this class. This is the basic skill for stock take. Now, this skill that is on your screen now, counting skill, numbering skill, writing skill, purpose skill, are the basic skills that you need to become a professional inventory manager and stock taker. Okay, these skills here, counting skill, for you to become a professional inventory manager, for you to become a professional stock taker, you must be able to count. You must be able to count. All right. After counting, you must be able to number. Now, counting and numbering goes together because you can't say you counted without numbering. So that is to show you that these skills go hand in hand. All right. You must be able to count. You must be able to number. You must be able to write down the outcome of your counting. So let's say you are counting 50 cartons of tummy noodles. After counting the 50 cartons of tummy noodles, you need to write it down. You don't say, no, I have it in my head. I can remember it. No, you will not remember it. No, you will mix up the number. No, you will end up writing 50 as 52. You may end up writing 50 as 25. You might mix the numbers up, put the 50 in the front and put the 0. Put the 5 in the front and put the 0 at the back. Or you might even put the 0 in the front and put the 5 at the back. When you do that, it becomes 05, which is 5 packets or 5 carton. So you will not say, I have it in my head. You must write it down. Now, for you to become a professional inventory manager and offer this service and earn from it, every stock take, every inventory management you are going to do, you must define the purpose. You must define the purpose. Guys, these things are very important. Take notes, take a screenshot, write this thing down. You must define a purpose. I have shown you the reasons why businesses do stock take. Let me go back to that again. The reasons why businesses do stock take. These are the purpose. So when a business owner is employing you, you must find out what that business owner wants you to do. You must find out what that business owner wants you to do. Does this business owner want to know the number of his goods that are damaged? Does this business owner want to know the number of goods that have been stolen? Listen, this December I did an inventory audit for a man that sells soft drink. The man deals on soft drink and he sells it in wholesale. Okay, he sells it in packets. Okay. Now the man for the past 1 year have noticed that sales girl was stealing from him. He has been suspecting. All right. He has tried to do the stock take by himself. But anytime he tried to do it, it gets complicated. This is because he doesn't have a skill that is above the basic level. It gets complicated and he abandons it. But one thing he have been able to suspect is that the sales girl was stealing from him. So this man started looking for a firm that will help him do the stock take. He searched on Google and he said, according to him, when he called me, he said he wrote down about 4 firms and that my firm, Such Accounting Services, was the 5th one. He called the first, called the second, called the fourth. All of them were not accessible. He called Stotch. I picked. He told me what he wanted. We introduced ourselves. He told me what he wanted to do, what he has been suspecting. I said, okay, where is your location? He told me. I said, all right. Can we stay on the so day? He said, no issues. To cut the story short, we did an inventory audit for this man, and we found out that since January till this December, that a total of 2,000, I can't remember the numbers at the back, 2,000 plus packets of drinks has been stolen from him. 2,000. I was handing over the reports to the man. I was like, in my 4 years of offering this service, I have never seen a business that this much was stolen. I have seen businesses where things are stolen for maybe 100, 30, 40. But I have never seen a business where 2,000 packets, guys, I'm talking about packets, not pieces, packets of drinks, things like Coca-Cola drinks, okay, in packets, the plastic bottles, have been stolen from this man's store. Now, when he contacted me, what was the reason? We'll define the purpose. Okay. Remember, I'm explaining the purpose. I'm explaining the purpose. Okay. We'll define the purpose. And the purpose was to track what have been stolen. Because one reason why you have to be able to define, you should define purpose before you take any job, is so that you can easily deliver. If you don't know the purpose why you are doing something, you will spend the whole year in it. All right. But when you know the purpose, you do everything that takes you to achieving that purpose. So you don't just take a stock taking where the purpose is not defined. And that is why purpose skill is here. All right. And purpose skill is also a life skill. You should be able to define a purpose for your life. All right. A purpose for your career, a purpose for what you want to become, a purpose for the skill you want to learn, and the rest of it. So these are the basic skills you need. All right. To get started in stock take. All right. Now that I have shown you the basic skills that you need to get started, now that I have given you the foundation, the basics, which is something that relates to what you know, which is something that almost all of you might have, but may not have heard it the way I have explained it, analyzed it, and broken it down this night. All right. Now let's look at the skills, the strategies that gets you to that level where people can pay you to come and do. I gave an example and I used Big Tets and Chichi when I asked a question, and I said both of them has the same skill. Therefore, Bridget cannot pay Chichi to come and do stock take for her because Chichi is not bringing anything different. Chichi is not bringing anything extra. Both of them are in the same stage. And those things that you have in the same stage are the things we have looked at now. Now, the extra that we are going to look at is what is going to stand you out, that can now make Chichi employable to Bridget, that can now make Bridget says, okay, there is something that this person knows that I don't know. Okay. Are you ready to get the roadmap? Are you ready to get that extra things? Okay. Are you ready to get that extra thing, that extra strategy, that extra skill that is going to separate you from every other person who has the basics that we have learned? If you're ready, help me comment roadmap. All right, because I'm going to give you the roadmap that you are going to use to perform stock take. Okay. There is a roadmap. There is a reason why business owners are very smart people. Business owners are very smart people. If you approach a business owner to render a service to that business owner, if you do not know the service you are saying that you are going to render to that business owner, the business owner will know. You cannot hide it. The business owner will know. When the business owner is speaking to somebody that can help them solve their problem, they know. They know. All right. And when they are speaking with somebody that doesn't have enough experience within that level, they also know. All right. I said that stock take three stages. All right. There is the beginning, there is the action, there is the end. All right. All these stages are very important. If you do one and miss the other one, you have not done anything. Let me explain briefly because we are going to look at this in detail. So, but let me explain in summary. Now, the beginning is the planning. It is where you plan, okay? Where you plan how you're going to do the stock take. A business owner with a small store in your neighborhood have called you to come and do stock take for them. And you have come in, you have seen their store, you have seen the things that they have. As a professional, as you are looking at their store, all right, there are some calculations that will be going in your head. And those calculations will form what we call the planning. Okay. Now, after you have done the planning, which I will also elaborate on, all right, but I'm giving a summary on it now. You will do the stock take. Okay. After you have done the stock take, the business owner, remember, when I gave an example of the ladies in this class going into their kitchen to take how many onions they have, this is something they are doing for themselves. Nobody is helping them to check whether they did the counting well. Whether nobody is helping them to check whether it is actually 10 balls of onion that they still have in their kitchen. You understand? Nobody is taking the accuracy of what they have done. All right. But when you are doing it on a commercial level, when you are using this skill of stock take to serve a business owner, the business owner will verify the data. Now you're telling the business owner that, sir, in this your shop, you have 70 cartons of tummy tummy noodle. The business owner will be looking at you. What did he say? No, 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 no. I don't think I have up to that. You understand? They may not, listen, business owners are smart. They may not know the entire accuracy of all their products, but there are some products that you will mention and they will tell you that, no, this one, I know it. So there is a verification level. And you know, when you have done stock take, you need to take your balance. Many business owners will pay you an advance for you to start. And it's at the end of the day when you have finished with your stock take and you tell them that you are done and they have verified that they will be comfortable to release the rest of your payment. So there is a verification level. The verification level is where the business owner now check if what you have done for him or what you have done for her is accurate to a reasonable extent. It may not be 100% accurate because we are human. There is prone to be errors here and there. But to a reasonable, at least 70 or 75%, there should be an accuracy. Okay? So these are the three levels. So let's go deep on each of these levels. Let's go deep on each of these levels. Let's start with the planning. Now, I say planning your stock take, the beginning. Planning is your first step to a successful stock take. And this planning stage involves 6 steps. Remember that I said there are 3 stages. Get these things clear, guys. Get this thing clear. There are 3 stages. The first stage is planning. Now, that first stage, which is planning, is made up of 6 steps. Now, the first step in the planning stage is to define the objective of the stock take. I have somehow touched this earlier. Okay, I have somehow touched this earlier. And I said for every stock take that has ever been done in this life, there is a purpose for it. Okay, there is a purpose for it. And where you determine that purpose is in the planning stage, because that is where you will ask the business owner, what is the objective you want to achieve? This stock take that you have called me to do, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve? What is the purpose? Okay, because any person who is contracting to come and do any job has a purpose. So this is where you ask them, what is the purpose? Okay, you ask the business owner, what is the purpose? Let me go into that objective. Now, these are the objectives. Okay, I've broken down the objectives. Remember, we are still looking at the first step in the planning stage. And we are looking at what is the objective of doing the stock take. These are the objective. First objective, either they are trying to track damages, either they are trying to prevent stealing, either they are trying to track expiry dates, either they are trying to know the stock valuation,
Either they are trying to automate their business. These are the reasons. These are the objectives of doing stock taking. There are many more objectives, but these are the most frequent ones. These are the most common ones. These are the major ones that almost every product-based business owner is battling with. All right. So it must be one of these objectives, or it can be two of this objective, or it can be three of this objective. All right. But the first thing is that objective must be defined. Guys, I have told you that the first step is what? What is the objective? And I have gone ahead to show you what the objectives might look like. It's very important that you are writing this, or at least you are taking a screenshot. All right. Now, the step number 2 is understand the inventory. Understand the inventory. Now, not all inventories are the same. Let me go into that. Understand your stock take. Okay. Not all inventories are the same. The way you will do a stock take for a provision store is not the way you will do a stock take for a pharmacy, a drug business. The way you do for a drug business is not the same way you would do for a cosmetics. The way you would do for a cosmetics is not the same way you would do for a manufacturing firm. Now, for a drug business, there is something unique that you must consider. You must consider brand name and ordinary name. When you're walking into a pharmacy and say you want to buy paracetamol, what do you notice? The nurse or the sales girl, whoever that is there, asks you, which of the paracetamol? Even sometimes you are the one to tell them, I want to buy paracetamol, give me Emzo. I want to buy paracetamol, give me M cap. I want to buy paracetamol, give me M and B. Now, generally, they are all paracetamol, but there is a brand name and there is ordinary name. Ordinary name is the paracetamol, which all of us know, but the brand names differs. This is very important. You have to understand this when you are doing a stock take for any drug, pharmacy related kind of business. It is very important. Because most times when you want to go and buy drugs, there are drugs you will mention their name. The nurse will mention the name. They are saying the same thing that you are saying. But because you do not know that name, you feel that they are saying something different. Is that true? Have you ever experienced it? Let me know in the comment section. We are getting practical now. Have you ever experienced that? These things are practical, guys. These things are practical. God forbid that I will give you anything that I do not have if it's hand knowledge on. You understand? These are practical. If you have tried to purchase from a pharmacy, from a drug, any place that they sell this thing, you must have encountered this. All right. And as a professional stock taker, it is very important that you take these things to heart. Because these are the little extras. These are the little extras that makes that business owner want to give you their money. Listen, it's not the basic level. Go and check. Any person who has a skill and is still in the basic level doesn't earn much from it. Thank you. I'm seeing people comment. I'm seeing your comments. I'm seeing Tolulope, I'm seeing Ayla, I'm seeing Faith saying that they have experienced this. And I believe it is not just them. Now you have to consider that when you go to a provision store, you will also notice that there is a classification, that there is a category. All these things is that when a business owner have contacted you, you understand, by the virtue of this skill that you are gathering now, you understand, these things I'm telling you will come to play. You will begin to remember this. There is one thing I love with human brain, all right? Most of this information now would look as if they're not entering into your head. But by the time you get into that place, they will begin to replay in your head. You will begin to remember that there is things you should consider. And this is you understanding the stock. So if it is a provision that their provision, their inventory, or whatever they are selling is classified, there is a classification. There are ones that are beverages, there are what do they call it? There are soaps, there are toiletries, and there are different classifications. There are kitchen utensils. There are a lot of classifications. So you really need to stand through and really understand the kind of inventory that they sell. And it's not wrong. It's not wrong when a business owner calls you and say, okay, come and do stock take for me. Come and help me manage my inventory. Many of you here have linked me to a job. All right. Especially those who have been following me for the past 4 years. All right. Some of you have referred me. When you come, immediately you send me a message and say, hey, hello, Mr. Ima, I need this, I need that. Okay. My first question is, what is the kind of business you run? I need to know. Because what I do for a pharmacy is not what I'm going to do for you. If you come here and say you are running a restaurant business, I know that a restaurant business is not like a provision store where you go and count everything that is there. If I'm coming to a restaurant business, I know I'm coming to count food stuff. I know I'm coming to check how you use your rice. Yes, you sell rice. How do you cook this rice? Do you measure in pentas? Do you measure in kilo? One penta of rice, how many plates? How many portions does it give you? Guys, are you seeing how these things flow? You need to understand this inventory. Now, if you come into a cosmetic shop, you need to understand that there are ones that are called manicure, pedicure, body wash, and the rest of them. So this shows you that all businesses are not the same. If you go to a business that manufactures what they sell, production kind of business, you understand that they have raw materials. You don't go and you count your raw materials and count the already finished goods and count them together and tell the man that you have 2,000 finished goods, while 1,000 was actually a raw material. You don't mix them up. You know that you're going to count the raw material. And this also helps you to also define your workload. If you're coming into a manufacturing business to come and do stock take, you have to ask the business owner, the person who have contracted you. So which area are we focusing on? Is it on raw material or finished goods? If the person says he wants stock take on the goods that they have already produced, which is finished goods, you don't have any business with the raw material. So that when you arrive in the company and somebody is saying, "Oga, you have not counted the store. This store, we have products in it," and you're asking them, "Is it a finished goods or is it a raw material?" And they're saying it's raw material, but it needs to be counted. You say, "Well, that's not my agreement with your boss." You see how these things goes. You need to know these things. Now, this is on step 2 on the planning stage. Remember that we are still on the planning stage. Oh, this is step 2. Let me go back to that. This is step 2 on the planning stage. Now, the next question or the next step in the planning stage is, can I cover this volume? Can I cover this volume? Let me go to the slide for that. Can I cover this volume? All right. It says this is a crucial step if you ever want to complete your stock take. You must know your volume. Can I cover this volume? Somebody have contracted you to come and do stock take for that small boutique in your street. Now you have gone to the boutique and you have seen how the place is packed up with products, with clothes, with shoes. And you begin to ask yourself, can I be able to count all these things? Can I be able to cover this volume? Let me tell you a story. In 2019, I was still working. I was still working in 9 to 5. Okay. Uh, I was still an employee in a pharmaceutical firm. I was working as an accountant, a manager, and a site supervisor. I was working for one of my uncles, okay, who was setting up a pharmaceutical firm after retiring from the US. He put me out from my paid employment somewhere in Port Harcourt, and I had to relocate back to Owerri to help him take it off because he was based in US. He needed somebody he trusts that can help him manage his fund and put it to good use and account for it. So we had an agreement. He brought me back. I was working for him. Now, the total pay for everything I was doing was 30,000. Okay. I made a proposal of 80. We landed at 30 because there were a lot of other incentives that were provided. Now, towards ending of this was 2018. Towards ending of 2019, I think that was a year plus or 2 years plus. I felt uncomfortable with what I was earning. The job was draining. I worked every day from 8 in the morning because I live in the premises, in the business premises. So I'm practically living in the business place. So I work from 8 in the morning and I close 10 every day, including Sundays. I didn't have a social life. I rarely interact with people aside from customers and people who come around to make inquiries about the business. Of course, what do you expect of a manager, a site supervisor, and an accountant? And all the pay for all that was 30K. I had to do it for him. But at a point, I got uncomfortable about that. And I knew a lot. I had a lot of skill. Actually, I was earning 80K from where you put me from. All to come and earn 30. I kind of felt uncomfortable with it after some years because it was not meeting up with whatever I was chasing. And I had this inspiration. I had this notion to start up Stotch. And I started making plans for it. Now, by the time I was ready, I was finalizing on my plan. I have started earning 1 kobo here, 2 kobo there from all the ideas I have about starting Storch, because I needed to be sure that I can earn from this while I was still working. I don't just want to pull out and start experimenting. I need to experiment within that time. So, towards COVID-19, that was around 2020, right? Towards COVID-19, I didn't know that COVID-19, in fact, COVID-19 has not come to Nigeria, all right? It has been in other Western countries. We have been hearing about it, seen in the television. It has actually not struck Nigeria, all right? I took a decision to resign and leave my job to pursue whatever idea I had for Storch. I resigned, and in that week, I think a week before I resigned, COVID-19 struck Abuja, where the first case was discovered, either Lagos or Abuja. I think it was Lagos. The first case was discovered, and before you know it, Nigeria, the panic spread, WhatsApp messages everywhere. All right, the panic spread. So immediately I left my job. COVID-19 hit. I was sit at home. Lockdown was declared. Everybody was practically in their home. Businesses were closing. Now I just left my job, and my idea was to go and preach the skills, the things I have planned out for Storch to business owners and get them to hire me. But now I cannot do it because everywhere is locking up. Movements are restricted. The military men were out. Everybody was expected to be inside their house. What a hell of decision have I made? I felt bad about it. Now, there was a guy who automated that installed these systems that we used to sell the drugs because it was a pharmaceutical firm. I practically, because I had computer knowledge, I practically helped that guy in some of the things he did. So he was in the line that I wanted to do. He did the stock take for my uncle's pharmaceutical firm. Okay. And I decided to reach out to the guy. And I told him, sir, look, I'm no longer working in that firm, and I need to start earning something for myself. I have some of these skills that you require in the thing you do. All right. Is there a way I can work with you? So because I built some level of relationship with him, he told me, where are you? I told him I was squatting with a friend. Because when I left the job, it came with an accommodation. So as you're leaving the job, you're leaving the accommodation. And I was not even ready to rent a house. So I went and I squatted with my friend. He told me, okay, this particular time tomorrow, meet me in this place. From there, we'll see what we can do. That morning, I dressed up. I met him. I went to the place he told me, the location, and I waited there. I called him. I told him I was there. And he told me that I would soon see him. All right. A car drove to my front and somebody waved at me. I looked into the car. It was him. I entered. The guy took me to a location. It was an upcoming supermarket. He took me there. He introduced me to the business owners as his staff. He gave me some instructions on what to do. And he told me that he want to go pick his wife up, that he will be back. All right. Are you with me, guys? Are you following me? Are you following me? Let me know. Let me know. There is a place
Yes.
I'm driving. Give you background story so that you really
Yes,
understand
we're
what I'm
with you.
trying to talk
We're with
about.
you.
Volume. All right. Now, he took me to that location. He dropped me off. He drove off. He has given me specific instructions, and I got to work. I started counting the item in the shop. As I was counting, I was imputing it into the software which he had deployed in the supermarket, which is actually the software he deployed in the firm where I was working. I did the stock from that morning till evening. It was heading to 5 o'clock. I have not seen this box. I was uncomfortable. I called him. I said, it's 5. People are about to close. What next? He said, hey, Yima, are you still there? I said, yes, sir, I'm still there. He said, did you know that I even forgot you? Yeah, me. You forgot me. Okay. So, Don, look at the level of progress that I have made. What's next? He said, do you have any money with you? I said, yes, I have like 1,000 naira with me. He said, okay, go home. All right, I will call you and we'll talk. Sure, you can find your way back home. I said, yes. That was how I left. The evening, he did not call me. In the morning, I called him. He said, boss, what's the next step? He said, go back to the place. We'll meet in the place. I went back. Guys, to cut the long story short, that was how I personally did stock take for an on my own without seeing this my boss. It wasn't an easy experience because I have never handled that volume of stock take before. But do you know what? I had the passion. It was in line with what I want to do. In fact, him not coming then was disheartening for me. It made me angry. I was like, how can this man bring me to this big supermarket and dump me here and say he doesn't even remember? The next day he will tell me to go there. No transport. I was even transporting myself. When I get hungry, I need to buy from the supermarket with my own money. The savings that I have was going off. But guys, long story short, I finished in 5 days. I called the guy and told him I have finished. I was expecting him to come and check what I have done. He asked me to go. After 2 days, I didn't hear anything from him. I called him back. I said, boss, what's up? I'm expecting a level of compensation. What's up? This guy ditched my call. He ended the call. Oh man, it was very disheartening. I followed up with him until today. He never paid me for that job. The only thing he managed to do was to send me the 5,000 because I was spending 1,000 naira each day going to that location. He sent me the 5,000 and that was the end of it. Okay, so the first thing you need to ask is each time a business owner calls you to come and do a stock take for them, you need to ask them to show you their shop. If it is a shop, let them show you. If it is a showroom, let them show you. If it is a display outlet, let them show you. You need to ask them another question. If they have any other store, why do you need to see their shop? You need to understand the volume of inventory you are going to handle. Whether it is something you can handle alone, whether it's something that you need help with, whether it's something that you need to bring in more hands in. Now, the reason why you have to ask them to show you if they have any other store is because most times these people will contract you to handle one store and they will later tell you that there is another store. It is just a small store, just a small place that will keep product in. And when you go to that place that they call small, their definition of small will not be your definition of small. So you need to ask questions so that you be specific and exact with what you are about to go into. After that job, I got another job for this woman that sells. I got another job for this woman that sells. What does that woman sell? The woman sells cosmetics. So I got a contract to do stock pick for the woman. Now we agreed. I came, I looked at his shop. We agreed. I told him the day I was going to come and commence the job. She made an advance payment. Guys, it's very important. Before you ever start any service, collect an advance payment. When I started, I used to collect 50%. And after my job, you pay me 50%. But at this stage, I collect sometimes 100%. Yes, especially for seasons like this, festive seasons, where businesses are stocking up. And January, where businesses will try to know what is remaining after they have made sales for the season. I take 100%. For some, I take 70% upfront payment. And after that, when I'm done, you pay up 30%. Don't ever go and start any job without collecting an advance payment. Very important. Very important. Not just for stock take, for any service you are rendering, you must take an advance. All right. And the way you're going to go about your advance is that you are going to make whatever that they are going to pay you at the end of the job something that you can afford to lose should something go wrong. So if I have a job and I pay 70%, and at the end you don't want to pay 30%, and after the back and forth, I see that this is not worth my time, man, I can leave the 30% for you. Okay. But I'm not just encouraging that you do a poor service, but at least your upfront should be bigger than what will be paid at the end. I digress there, but it's very important. All right. Now, this woman, we had an agreement. I commenced the business and I was doing her stock take. Now, each day that I go there to do stock take, the woman comes and it comes with new products in the boot of her car. I will do stock take, I will do stock take. I will tell her, ma, I'm done. And she will say, Chukwemeka, have you shown him those ones under the drawer? Every day, this drawer was manufacturing new products. Every day, there are new products under the drawer. Every day, there are new products that this woman comes with in the boot of her car. I will count, I will count, I will count, and I feel like I am done. Goods keep on coming from different areas. I was done, I will look at the drawer. I was, what's wrong with this drawer? Every guys, it wasn't funny then, but whenever I remember it these days, it backs me up. Products were coming from the drawer. What I didn't realize that this woman has a store, a mini store in her house. Okay. So each day she will beat me. Of course, before I start now, I need to wait for people that owns the shop to open the shop, do their morning prayer, do whatever they need to do in the morning before I arrive at their business place. So this woman will come with goods in her car and they will offload it under the drawer. And she comes with it in a portion that will make it look smaller or insignificant. But the thing kept on adding to my workload. I will make reports. I will go home in the night and I will summarize everything that I have done. I will make a report. Will be planned to come the next day and hand over my report, which is the verification level. Okay, that is the end. The verification level in the 3 stage we have looked at. Okay, because you have to make a report now. You have to hand over a document. This person paid you for your service. All right. So I will come with the intention to hand. There are new cosmetics under the drawer. Now, it got to a point I was like, man, this is not our agreement, please. No, 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 you can't do this. But before I complained, I have tried to accommodate her a lot of times. It was getting out of hand, and I have to speak up and tell her, no, I can't continue. I have done this. This is what you have in your drawer right now. He says, yes. I'll do it today. I will add it up. I will rewrite my report, and I will give it to you. We'll do the verification. You give me my balance, and I'll be off here. All right. So, guys, it's very important you ask. Because most of these business owners have small store in their house. They have small store there. They have small parking store there. So you have to be sure that when they are showing you what you are going to do, that you have done what? You have seen all their products. So that by the time somebody is trying to tell you that there are goods here that you have not done, you tell that person that it wasn't part of our agreement. You are a business person. You did not come to serve that business for your entire life. You came to serve them because there are other people that need your services. So you need to be specific with that. You need to ask them if there is any at home. You need to ask. Look at the last step. I say ask, ask, ask again. You need to ask. Okay. Now that is for the volume side. Now when I started, there is a strategy that I used because it was just me. You understand? I didn't have a team then. I didn't have people that work with me. So because it was just me, when people give me job in to do stock take and I see the volume as very huge, I don't tell them no. I don't chicken out. What I do is that I buy time. I use the strategy that I call buy time. Okay, buy time. And how do I buy time? When you are showing me the shop, I'm seeing it and I'm seeing that this thing is huge. Oh. Of course, you are a human being. You are going to have a little doubt here and there. Okay, as a beginner for you now, these days I don't have doubt. Oh. I have capable hands that I can pull in from left and right and they will come and do the thing. In fact, these days what I do is more of supervision. Okay, other people do the counting. I do supervision. I take accuracy and I generate reports. I collect payments and I start testing other contracts. Okay, now that is for me at my level. But I'm telling you what I was doing when I started, after I resigned my job. So if you give me jobs that my heart skipped on, my heart feel like I'm not going to deliver on, what I am going to do is use the strategy of buying time. How do I buy time? As I am assessing your inventory, maybe I've come to a conclusion in my heart that it's going to take me 4 days to complete this store, to complete this warehouse, to complete this showroom, to complete this pharmacy, to complete this boutique, to complete this restaurant, whatever it is, to complete this manufacturing firm. It's going to take me 4 days. And since my heart have comfortably accepted that it's going to take me 4 days, I will tell you that it's going to take me 8 days. That is what I will tell the business owner. I will buy an extra 4 days. You know why I do that? Because I know it's only me that is going to handle it. All right. I know it's only me that is going to handle it. And I need the cash. Guys, I just resigned from my job. I need this money. And the more job I do, the more experience I become. So I cannot say because of the volume, I say, no, I will not do it. No. So what I do is that I devise a means. I buy time. So if my mind have made up that I'm going to do this in 4 days, I tell the business owner that I'm going to do it in 8 days. Now that 8 days will accommodate, the extra 4 days will accommodate any back and forth, any challenges. Because if you know that you're going to deliver this job in 4 days and you tell the business owner that you're going to deliver the job in 4 days, after 4 days and you are still counting, the business owner becomes uncomfortable. They will say, but Oga, you said that you're going to do this thing in 4 days now. I don't want these things to prolong. You understand? They start looking into your matter and to also make you uncomfortable as the person doing the work. Okay. So what I do is that I buy more time. So I tell them that I'm going to do it in 8 days. If I deliver it in 4 days, the business owner becomes grateful to me because he said, oh, boss, you told me that you're going to do this in 8 days and we are done in 4 days. You will be happy that you delivered in your word and you will have enough time. Okay. Even if you now take me that 8 days, the business owner will still be comfortable because I told you. Did you get the strategy? The strategy of buying time. You have to buy time because a lot of you now, when you start practicing these skills, when you start getting your first job, when you start getting your first contract, you will get ones that will make your heart skip. I don't want you to say no. And that is why if you see the things I'm telling you now, it's different from the things you already know. These are the little things that takes you from the basic level to the commercial level. All right. That is one strategy that I use, and I hope many of you will apply it when you start getting jobs. Okay, because definitely you will get jobs. These businesses are all around you. Even most times you go to them to buy things and you see them complaining. Me as somebody that offers service, there is this time I went to a supermarket to buy something and I saw the guy. The guy was struggling with their computer. Oh, print my receipt, let me go now. The guy was struggling with computer. And there are about 8 people in front of me. So we are on a queue. And I don't like staying in queue in supermarket. No, 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 no. This is something I do, and places that I do it, they don't entertain that unless it is a peak period for them. Because I train their staff, I train them very well. That why would a customer stay in your phone for more than 3 minutes? Unless the person is buying almost everything that is in the supermarket now. So the guy was actually delaying that day. I noticed that the guy was struggling with his system. And I moved from the queue, my position in the queue, to the front. A lot of people in the queue thought I was trying to overshadow them, but I signaled to the guy. I said, "What's the problem? It looks like you're having a challenge with your system." He says, "Yes, sir." I said, "Okay, can I take a look?" The guy was skeptical. It's similar to going in the bank. Many of them do not allow you to take a look at their system, and that's why you notice that there are systems now. There are systems now that have two display: customer display and the staff display. I posted a picture about it in the group. Okay, for many of you that joined, you must have seen it. Okay, now he said yes. I looked into it and they were using a software that I was familiar with. I said, okay, can I help you rectify that? If he was actually having a challenge and it was from the software, I said, can I help you verify that? He said yes, and I helped him verify it. Showed him a few things, and before you know it, the flow was going well. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that a lot of you visit these places and you see them face challenge, but you cannot help them because you do not have the skill. You have a friend that sells physical product that has been complaining, my staff is stealing from me, my staff is stealing from me. But you cannot do anything. You're telling them, just manage now. Children of these days, this is no. The children of these days are not anyhow. That is a problem that needs to be solved. But your friend would definitely pay somebody like me to come and solve it. But you are there preaching children of these days. Why are you preaching that? Because you do not have a skill. Because if you had a skill, you would have simply said, this thing is something I can help you rectify you. 30,000 from that your friend is something. It will add to your purse. At least chicken sold for 20,000 this Christmas. A lot of people did not buy. So it will be able to give you money for chicken. All right. So guys, this is me spending much time on this, but you understand these things. Listen, it is end of the year, and one thing is that stock taking skill is a skill that does not require regulation. There is no union. There is no union in stock taking. You don't have to join a professional body. You don't have to be, if you're an accountant, you don't have to be part of ICANN to start offering this service. Whether you're not accountant, you can offer it. Secondary school students that just graduated from secondary school is people that all these product businesses are employing, and they have these skills and they're earning from it. How much more you that is a graduate? How much more that you that is a skilled person? There is no barrier. It is not a regulated service that you say, okay, I cannot do it because I'm not a lawyer. I cannot do it because I'm not a this. I cannot do it because I'm not a member of this professional body. No. There is no barrier in it. All right, guys, this thing I'm telling you is a baptism. It's something that I earned till today. I earned from it. January, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be busy. Many businesses cannot afford to pay my fee. You understand? We are going to listen. There are product-based businesses. You see them around you. All right, and as you see them, they are your markets. The reasons why you do not see opportunity in them because you don't have the skills that is needed to solve the problems that they have. But thank God that you are here today and you are getting this exposition. All right. Now let's look at the next thing. Remember that we are still on the planning stage. Are you with me? Are you getting value? Let me know in the comment section. Are you getting value? Is this really worth your time? Is it really worth your time? Is it really worth your time? Listen, this thing I'm teaching is a master class. A master class on its own, and I'm giving it out for free. I know how much organization pays me to come and train their staff. Okay. So this is a baptism. It's going to be a breakthrough for a lot of you. Even if it's not something you're going to go into full time, it's something that can earn you income by the side. All right. If you act on it. I'm glad. I'm seeing your comments. I'm seeing that it's worth your time. All right. I do not plan to come here to waste your time, and I'm happy that I'm not doing that. Now, we're still on the planning stage, guys. Remember, I told you there were 3 stages. All right. I told you there was 3 stages. So we have looked at what is the objective of this topic. We have looked at understand the inventory. We have looked at can I cover this volume. All right. Then the next thing we're going to look at is what do I need to do this job? Now that they have given you the job, they have paid you advance, they have commissioned you to start. What do you need? What do you need to deliver on this job? What tools do you need? What equipment do you need? What materials do you need? What do you need to do that job? Let's look at it. What do I need to do the work? Find out the resources you need to execute the stock take and make them available. Now, listen at this point. Listen at this point. Practically everything I'm telling you here is what I do. And I understand that you may not have the confidence, the kind of confidence, because one thing is being skilled. Being skilled comes with a lot of confidence. When I talk to you because I have experienced this, because I know what I'm saying. My confidence is in another level. All right. Many of you may not have this kind of confidence. Of course, I didn't have this confidence as back as 2020 when I started. All right. But over time, I grew. All right. Now, when you want to do a stock take, there are things you're going to need. You're going to need a pen, especially if you're going to do the counting with paper. Listen, I will expose more things. I will expose more secrets to you. When I started, somebody asked this question in the WhatsApp group and I answered instantly. When I started, I did not have a laptop. All the stock take I did it with pen and paper. I will do it with pen and paper. I will either submit my final reports in pen and paper, okay, to the business owner, especially if the business owner is not using a computer. There are supermarkets you go into, there are business places you go into, they sell products, but everything is documented in paper. So when I do their stock take, I do it in paper. Guys, these things are secret. They are little secret though that will help you survive. There are little secret that will help you thrive. Because many of you will be asking me these questions later, and that is why I'm trashing them out. All right. There are still many more that I may not remember to talk about, but I believe that I'm already giving you a lot. Okay. So when the business owner doesn't have a system, they don't sell with a system, there's no computer in place, they do everything with pen and paper. When I do the stock take, I do it on pen and paper, and I do my reports in paper. Okay. So I count in paper, I take out time, I rule. One thing I do is that if I'm going to do the stock take on paper, the business owner, listen to this, the business owner will be the person to provide the paper. And the paper that the business owner will provide will not just be papers that you will just tear one sheet from here, tear one sheet. No. The business owner will provide a standard book. A standard book. All these stick notes, they will provide it. You will rule. You will create a template in it. I'll come to that later. Stock taking template. Okay. I'll come to that later. I have it here. Okay. I think it's the next thing after this. Okay. You create a template in that book. You will capture the major pain points, the major key points, the major content of that your stock take. I will come to that later. Okay. You create, because all these things will be in the templates. Okay. Now, remember that I said that it is the business owner that will provide. Don't allow any person to bobo you. Don't allow any person to tell you, I have paid for you. Is it me that will not provide what you will use for the work? Yes, it is the business owner that will provide what you will use for the work. Take it from a professional. I'm the one saying it. The man I did audit for, he doesn't have a computer. I preached the gospel of computer for him. He said he wasn't ready. I said, okay, you are using pen and paper. Buy me thick notes. Look at the exact thick note you are going to buy me. Buy me a thick note. All right? Buy me a pen. I need a pen. 2 pen. 1 thick note. Make it available. Look at the day I'm coming with my team to start your job. Make it available. All right? He bought it. So he is the business owner that is meant to provide that. Count in your paper. You can now come with a sheet of paper. You can buy like an exercise book and let's say you have a team of 3 that will be helping you. You can now tear out sheets and give to them. But the main original book that they bought, it's where you do the careful compilation. So when they do the stock take and they bring their own book, you take everything that is in their own book and you do what? You put them into the original book provided by the business owner. Guys, these things are very important. Take note. If you need a marker, ask the business owner to provide marker. But if you have your own marker, come with your own marker. Price tag. As you are counting the item, if you are going to be writing the price and be pressing on the body of the product, ask the business owner to buy price tag. If the business owner doesn't know where to buy price tag and you know where to buy it, collect money, including money for your transport to go and buy the price tag. Buy the price tag. Thank you so much, Grace. Grace says, is anything wrong? I know I'm not attending to the question, but let me attend to it. Is anything wrong with you buying those items and charge the business owner? That is another angle. You can add it into your fee and build the business owner once. Or you can use this strategy that I'm telling you. But at the end, the major thing I'm trying to communicate to you is that it is the business owner that is expected to provide these little things. If you have a laptop, come with your own laptop. If you have a laptop, come with your own laptop. Don't expect the business owner to provide the laptop you use. I have grown over the years, over the past 4 years, I have grown from using paper and some other solutions to using laptops. But yet, that is a stock take we did. We did it with about 8-man team. 8-man team. Out of that 8-man team, 4 were my core staffs, people that work with me. The extra 4 were just basic people, everyday people that we picked up from the street, told them what to do, guided them on what to do, and paid them wages to assist and support us. Now, These 8 people were not given laptops. There were about 3 of us that were with laptops. Okay. So if you have an 8-man team, you don't need to have 8 laptops. But if you can afford the luxury of having 8 laptops, fine. Now, if you're coming with laptops, ensure that you come with your charger. Because depending on the volume of Stocktaking you're going to do, your battery might likely run down. And depending on the lifespan of your battery. Okay. Now, another thing is that if you are going to come with a 4-man team that are going to come with laptops, you people are going to charge. If the business owner has only a 1 socket, a 1 spot where you can plug something, you know that you're going to need extensions adapter so that the 4 laptops should be charged. So these are considerations. These are the things you need. Sellotape. If you're going to label their shelves, you need the sellotape. You write, let's say, let me use a provision business for instance. Okay, use a provision business for instance. There are what do they call it now? There are beverages side. So let's say the beverage shelves, you need to label them as beverages, and maybe you have written that in a paper. You know, you need to paste it on the shelves. So you need sellotape for that. Okay. So some of these things, if you have them, come with them. Some of them you can add it in your cost, build the business owner for it, and they pay, and you use the money from there to acquire these things ahead of your job. All right. Now we are done with what do I need to work. Remember, business owner, you already know when you contract these people, you already know what to expect from them. Listen, one mistake that business owner makes is that you see a business owner employing somebody and they don't even have a standard idea of measurement on how to assess if that person delivered on the job they have paid for. All right. So if you have a business owner here, you have known what to expect from your inventory manager. Okay. There are a lot of openings, there are a lot of jobs recruiting inventory managers. When they come, you now have a knowledge on what to assess them on. All right. So we have talked about what do you need to do the job. The next thing is create your stock take template. There is a template. Listen, if you are trying to track or to control damages in a product-based business, there is a template for that. If you are trying to track expiry dates, there is a template that works for that. If you are trying to do stock evaluation, there is a template for that. Okay. If you're trying to do automation, there is a template for that. Why? Because these things are different objectives, these things are different purposes, these things are different reasons for which stock take are done. And in each of these things, different endpoints, different things comes to play. And your template must accommodate that. So let's take a look on creating templates. Okay. Here says create your stock take template format. What are the major information you will be capturing and in what order? This is an important question you will ask yourself. Guys, these things are still in the planning stage. If you get any of these things wrong, your stock take is going to become stressful. That is why you see that business owners, many of them have the skill of stock taking, but they cannot do it for themselves because they're still on the basic level. They are not gotten to this knowledge that I'm showing you. I know a lot of people that say, I've tried to do stock take. Are you sure that this thing you are telling me, are you sure it's going to work? I'm saying, like, boss, you have tried to do stock take, but you have not done it the way we do it. There are things we know that you do not know. There are strategies we know that you do not know. There are control measures. There are little secrets here and there that we know that you don't know. There are things that we take into consideration that you will not take into consideration. Your own is that you are angered. You are angry that your staff is stealing from you. So your own is you want to catch them, but you are not putting into cognizance, you are not putting into recognition many of the things you should consider before doing that stock take. So allow us, the professionals, to do it for you, and let's see if this person is actually stealing from you. In fact, the man we did audits for, and we found out that the staff sold over 2,000 packs of drinks from. All right. When that man contracted us and told us, I told him, sir, okay, in front of the accused lady, all right, but not exactly in front of the girl. But when I came to the man's to see his business place, I told him, hope you know that in this inventory audit we are coming to do for you, we are not here to indict the young lady. Yes, you have assumptions that this lady might be stealing from you. It's not true until we have done our stock take. And it's not even true that we have done, it's not even true after we have done the audit. It only becomes true if after we have created our report and sent to you, and you present this thing to this young lady, and she cannot account for whatever differences that we have. So that we are doing our job is that we are not coming to automatically crown somebody a thief. No. I made them to understand that. All right. I digress again. So let's go to stock template. We have it on our screen. So the major question you're going to ask yourself is that what major information do I need to capture in this stock take, and in what order? So if you are tracking expiry date, I use expiry date as a case study here. If you're tracking expiry date, you need to know that you have to take accurate record of the product name, the item name. You need to take accurate record of their quantity. And then you need to put into consideration their expiry date. Because from the expiry date, the business owner will now look at the date and be able to see the ones that their expiry date is close. The ones that will soon expire. The ones that will expire in a month's time. The ones that will expire in 2 months' time. So looking at the date, you will be able to figure out the ones that will soon expire, and then he will make a decision on them. Okay. And even in the report you hand over to the business owner, you also make a recommendation on what should be done. Like the man we did audit for, after I wrote the report, I told him that this is not final. It is still conditional if this young lady cannot explain herself or defend herself on this. And that our report on this inventory audit is also not final. She also have the opportunity to bring in her own professional teams to go through the stock taking, or you do the stock taking again, and then their own results can be compared with our own results. All right. So you write a report. We'll come to that. So, but this is a template, and this template use expiry date as a case study. Now, if you want to create a template for, let's say, damaged products, it's going to be something like name of the item, quantity, total item, damaged item. Okay. I'm scantily giving you an idea of what is going to be there. If you want to create a template for evaluation, it's going to be something like name of the item, quantity of the item, cost price of the item, sales price of the item, and total cost of all the item. All right. You need to put, because this person will like to see how much this item is worth at cost, and how much they should realize if they should sell all the items. Okay, that is an overview on that. Now, we are done with that. And then the last thing we'll look at the planning stage is how many people do I need for the job? How many people do I need for the job? Listen, guys, in your beginning stage, it will be easier for you to do it because you want to build your experience. You want to build your confidence. Know that by doing, you build confidence. If you have done a stock take for somebody before and another organization is calling you to come and do stock take for them, your heart will not skip because it's something you have done before. So doing brings confidence. So at the stage you are doing it, at that stage you will be doing it alone. Now that you have learned the skill, if you start to monetize this skill, you will be doing it alone, unless you have siblings, okay, that can help you and assist you, okay. But practically, you may not have a concrete team, all right. So you will probably be doing it alone, but you cannot do it alone for life, especially if you want to scale, especially if you want to serve more businesses. Especially if you want to serve up to 20, 40 businesses in a month, you cannot do it alone. You need a team, either a permanent team or a team of people that you can call anytime, any day, and they show up. So you cannot do it alone. So you need to get people involved and you need to create a role for each of them. And here is how you are going to do it. These are the people that you are going to need, or these are the roles that you will fit in the people that you have into. You will have people that we call the counters. And what is the duty of these counters? The duties of these counters is to count the stock and record it. Whether you are using paper to count, whether you are using Google Sheet to count, whether you are using Excel template to count, whether you are counting directly into an automated system, you need these people to count and write it down on paper. Now, the double counters, what does the double counters do? They recount what the counters have already counted. Okay. Now, but the double counters don't recount everything. Let's say the counters have counted a full shelf. The double counters don't come and they recount everything in that shelf. They just pick 2 or 3 items and they recount it to check the accuracy of what the counters have counted already. Okay. So they are kind of fact checkers, ensuring accuracy on what you said you have counted. Now, the next thing you need is data entry staff. You need people that will be imputing that into a system if the organization is using system. You need people that will be writing it down into the original book the business owner have bought if they are using book. All right. Now, at your early stage that you are doing this all alone by yourself, trying to make an extra income by yourself, you can do this. And this is where you figure in and also apply the buy time strategy that I have talked about earlier. Because since you need to do this, I was giving you an example. I told you about the woman that always told me when I was doing her job. That is the second contract I did when I started. The woman that was always telling me under the drawer, under the check under the drawer and the rest. I told you that I will go home and I will compile and I will be coming to the business owner to come and give reports, only to come and she's now telling me that there are some under the drawer. So if you notice in that story, I told you that I normally go home and I compile everything that I have done. Okay. But if you have a team, you may not need to go home and do it. You'll be able to do it in the business place. Okay. Now, the 8-man job I told you we deliver, as the 5 out of the 8 we are counting. The rest of us were entering into the system. I was supervising everything that was happening and was gradually preparing the report. By the time we are finishing, report is already there, and I'm pulling the business owner aside, explaining it to the business owner. We go through it. If there is any question he wants to ask, he asks. We check anything he wants us to check. Once he is satisfied, the next thing is to collect the balance. He may choose to send the balance right there, give us cash, or transfer on a later date to the account, and we leave the premises. Okay, and this is how it works. Okay, this might not happen in one day, it might happen in 4 days, 3 days, depending on the number of days it will take you to cover the work. Okay, now you also need managers, people that will supervise and manage the event. All right. But just know this, for this stage that you are going to start, you may not have all this. And it's not a limitation for you not to start. It's not a limitation for you not to monetize. I've told you how I started. I've given you my own template, how I did it, and it can work for any other person. There are a lot of people that I have taught that are doing it already, and it is also working on them. They are getting results. Many of them call me to ask questions, get direction on what they should do, how they should price, and the rest of it. Okay. Now, guys, all these things we are learning, all these things that we have been seeing so far, is it really valuable to you? Are you getting value? Are you still following me? Because I notice I've been talking for a long time. Is it making sense to you? Is it making sense to you? Let me know. Are you following? While your comment is coming, I'll take a little water and I'll be back. All right. So all these things we have been learning, all these things we have been seeing is just on one stage, is just on the first stage of stock taking. You can see it on your screen. Remember that we said that stock taking stage is in 3 stages. All the things we have been learning is in one stage, which is the planning stage. We have not talked about the doing stage. We have not talked about the verification stage and the rest. Because when we go to the doing stage, we also pick them one by one and start breaking them down. Okay. The same thing applies to verification stage. The doing stage, how do you count? Where do you start counting? Do you start counting from the ones with lesser quantity or the ones with higher quantity? How do you entertain people buying and why stock take is going on? How do you try to reconcile? We have not, all those ones come in the action stage. Okay, the verification stage. Okay, creation of templates. How do you create your templates? What tools do you need to create your templates? Google Sheets and the rest of them, Hustle and other tools that you need. We have not looked at that. The verification stage, we have not talked about how to write a stock take report. What needs to be in your report? How do you address your report? Billing. How do you charge your clients, okay, and the rest of them. We are just still on the planning stage, which is actually the most important stage, because if you plan very well, you'll be able to execute it. And time will fail me to cover all these things. We have already spent 2 hours, okay, 2 hours and 7 minutes, okay, if I'm accurate with that calculation. All right. So there are a whole lot of things that we are yet to cover, and time will fail me to do that. And that is why I want to make you an offer. All right.
And here is it. This is me introducing you to the Ultimate Inventory Academy. Welcome to the Ultimate Inventory Academy. And I know you'll be wondering what the Ultimate Inventory Academy is all about. Okay, I know you'll be wondering what the Ultimate Inventory Academy is all about. So the Ultimate Inventory Academy is an online school that teaches you the necessary tools, the necessary skills, the necessary softwares that you need to automate not just your inventory, but your workplace and your businesses. So it means that the skills and everything we are going to learn in the Ultimate Inventory Academy will help you to work in your business if you're a business owner, and also help you to work in your office if you are a 9 to 5 worker, okay, if you are an employee. Okay, so the rest of the things that I am unable to cover in this webinar will be the things you will be learning in the Ultimate Inventory Masterclass. Okay, not just that, let me go ahead to show you the extra skills aside from the ones which I have mentioned in this webinar, which you will also be learning. So what skills will I learn in the academy? So let me show you the skills or the additional skills which you will learn if you get to join the academy. All right, so here are the 6 valuable skills which you will learn in the Ultimate Inventory Academy. Skill number 1 is that you are going to learn business automation. So in this webinar, I told you about those gadgets, those computers, those softwares that are used in supermarkets, restaurants, boutique, and the rest of them. And I told you that it is automation. So we saw automations when we were talking about the objectives of performing stock take and the rest. Okay, so you are going to learn how to automate businesses. That is business automation. Okay, not just that, you also learn data entry. So after you have put those computer, those software, those system which the business owners need, if you notice, the stock or the goods of those business need to be counted and put into that system and that software. That art of putting those information into the system is what is known as data entry. Okay, entering information into the word system, entering information into the computers and the rest of it. So data entry is a high in demand skill on its own, just as business automation skill. Okay, so you're going to learn how to do data entry and stock take. We have been discussing about stock take all this while in this webinar. So you are going to go ahead to learn the other aspects. Remember, we just talked about the planning. So we have not talked about the doing stage. We have not talked about the verification stage and the rest. So all those ones, you are going to learn them in the academy, and also how to sell this skill. And after that, you also learn template creation, how to use Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets to create what templates that you can sell to businesses for 30 to 40 to 70K. Okay. Then inventory management. Now, stock taking and inventory management are not the same. When it comes to inventory management, you now talk about control measures and the rest of them. So we'll learn inventory management, we'll learn supply chain management, and most importantly, we will learn how to write proposal all these people you are going to go to tell the skills you have learned. You are going to propose to them. So how will you write your proposal? What are the formats? What are the samples you are going to use? Then if you are somebody who is still working as an employee, you're going to learn how to write your own CVs and cover letter. You know, most of you keep on using one CV and one cover letter to apply for many jobs. Okay, the CV you used to apply for an accountant position is also the CV you are using to apply for a human resource position, which is wrong. So in this academy, you will learn how to create different CV on the go, okay, using your laptop or your smartphone. Now, these are some of the things you're going to learn in the academy. All right. So these skills are not just the only thing we will be learning in the academy, but if you look at this list of skills, you will know that the academy is truly and really valued pack. Okay, so there are a lot of skills you'll be learning, and these skills are life-changing skills. Okay, they are life-changing skills. So since these skills are not just the only skills we are going to learn, what are the other skills we will learn in the academy? I know someone must be asking that question right now. So here are some other skills we will be learning in the academy. So in the academy, we'll not just be learning business automation, we'll not just be learning stock taking, we'll not just be learning template creation, we'll not just be learning inventory management and supply chain. Because after you have learned all those skills, you need to convert it to something reasonable and something important in your life. Okay, most importantly, you need to be able to sell these skills and make money from it. So we are not just going to learn these skills, but we are going to learn the business side of this skill. So if you are learning stock taking, you're going to learn how to get stock taking job. You're going to learn how to price your stock taking service. You're going to learn how much to charge for your stock taking jobs. You're going to learn the market angles that you can use to pitch, sell, and market your stock taking business to business owner. And then you are going to learn the profitable niches that are in stock taking. Okay, if you also learn business automation, you're still going to learn in the academy how to find business automation job, how to charge for your business automation service, how to charge for each business automation job, the marketing angles you can use to sell your business automation service. So for each course, for each topic, for each skill that we will learn in the academy, all right, you are also going to learn the business side of it that will enable you to sell these skills, earn money from them, and grow in that skill. Okay, so now in the academy, you are not going to choose the skill, you're going to learn everything. Then at the end of the day, you can niche down. Okay, you can say, since I learned business automation, since I learned stock taking, since I learned data entry, okay, I want to become a specialist in business automation. Okay, I want to become a specialist in stock taking. Okay, I want to become a specialist in data entry. I want to become a specialist or niche down towards template making or supply chain or inventory management or proposal and CV writing. Okay, so all these skills, you're going to acquire them in the academy, and then finally niche down to the one you want to focus more on and explore deeper. Okay, now what is unique about the skills that we are going to learn in the academy? In this academy, the skills that we are going to learn, which I have outlined for you, are very easy to learn. Okay, they can be easily learned by anyone, they can be mastered by anyone, they can be monetized by anyone, they can be sold both online and offline. And the important aspect of them is that you do not even need a degree, you don't need to be a graduate, you don't need to have an office, and your age doesn't even matter, because whether you are 16, whether you're 17, whether you're 30, whether you're 40, whether you're 50, you can easily learn these skills that I am going to teach you in the academy, and you can easily monetize them and start earning an income from them for yourself. All right, so these are the things that made the skills we are going to learn in the academy so unique that you cannot afford to miss them. Okay. All right, so when is the registration for the Ultimate Inventory Academy starting. So the registration for the Ultimate Inventory Academy is already on. Okay, enrollment is currently on for the batch 2 of the Ultimate Inventory Academy. All right, and this registration ends on 29th of March. Okay, it ends on 29th of March. So if you check from now till 29th of March, you have a lot of time and chance to plan, save, and enroll for this life transforming online school. Okay, you have the time to plan, save, and register for this life transforming academy. Now, after the registration ends on the 29th, the academy officially kicks off on the 1st of April 2024. Okay, so these are the important dates you should know and plan, so that you can plan and register for what? The academy. All right, now how much is the academy? The registration fee for the academy is 42,534 naira. Okay, 42,534 naira. How can I pay for the academy? How do you pay for the academy? To make payment for the academy or to enroll into the academy, kindly make a transfer to the account details on your screen. Okay, so you can take a screenshot now so that you'll be able to go back to this account details later and make a transfer of 42,534 naira to it. After you have done that, kindly send your account details to the Telegram group. Okay, kindly send your account details to the Telegram group or directly to my inbox or to my WhatsApp number, which will be provided in the Telegram group. All right, now that is all on the offer. So let me go ahead now and show you more on the webinar. Okay, so
what do I tell business owner? What do I use as my basis, my foundation to market my services or stock take services to business owners? All right, these are your foundation. These are the things that you will take, or the place you will base your foundation. So now these major points or these objectives are the major issues that business owner face. So when you are talking to a business owner, you must make sure that you are touching their pain points. A lot of business owners are facing damages on their products. A lot of businesses are facing the situation of staff stealing from them. A lot of business owners are facing the challenges of what? Expiry date. A lot of them want to know how much all these products that they have is worth, because they have been injecting money into it. So somebody like me, if I approach a business owner or I am writing a proposal, I capture this. I'm telling the business owner, sir, I can see that you run a product-based business. My name is Emma Uchendo, and I'm a professional stock taker. And for the past 4 years, you may not put this angle, you may not put for the past 4 years. Just saying you are a professional stock taker can suffice, can serve. Okay. All right. So, because my level and your level is not the same. All right, let's establish that fact. So don't compare your year 1 with my year 4. Is that okay? All right. So I'll be telling the business owner, so I can see you sell a physical product and I am a professional stock take. Okay, I've been trained, I have the skills to help you, okay, in managing your stock or managing your inventory. I know you must be facing one of these challenges. It's either many of your products are getting damaged, it's either they are being stolen by your staff, either you are battling with expiry date. You don't even know when your products are going to expire. You don't even know how much goods that you have. If fire should catch your shop now and an insurance company say they want to pay you for everything that has been damaged, you cannot even tell them how much you have. Okay. Now, I can help you know the expiry date, know your product that will soon expire, know your products that will expire in 1 week, those that will expire in a month. I can also help you detect if your staff are stealing from you. You see the way I'm keeping my mouth to tell them. Now, there is no how you will put your pitch. There is no how you will talk like this that you will not touch the pain point of that business person. It's a reason why I chose these 5 that you are seeing here. Over the years of doing this, there is no business that I have ever met that is not facing this challenge. when I started, the working method, which is the art of going from one business to another to tell them what you can do for them, was my best bet because I was a beginner. Until today, I still do it. It's just that I do it in a different style. I still do it. I and my team, we create out time to go and market our service. All right. Marketing is very important. So as you're about to begin, many of them are going to be your relations that you will just work in. And this thing gave me my first 40K, okay, that I made from stock taking for my first clients. All right. Now, the next thing is that once you have successfully gotten your first job with the working method, all right, the gospel will begin to spread because business owners, they know themselves. They know themselves. So you have done the stock take for Madam Nkechi, all right? And once you do a good job for Madam Nkechi will always tell Mr. Patrick Essen, who is also another product-based business owner. Okay? And that is where word of mouth marketing comes in. Now you see that the word of mouth, the information begins to spread. So, Madam Nkechi, you are not doing well. Or maybe Mr. Patrick will come to tell Madam Nkechi, do you know that, I am struggling. Madam, I'm struggling in my business. So, do you know that my staff are stealing from me? The two business owners will be discussing, and Madam Nkechi would say how her business have improved since she did stock take. And Mr. Patrick Essen would love to get full details of what happened and the contacts of the person that did it for Madam Nkechi. Okay. And Madam Nkechi will give your number, will tell Mr. Patrick about you. And that is where information about you and your service begin to spread via word of mouth marketing. Word of mouth marketing also involves you. You are in a conference and you are in a conference where business owners are and everybody is introducing themselves. You understand? You now introduce yourself. My name is Emmanuel. I am a professional stock taker. I help businesses manage their inventory. I help businesses stop stealing, know when their product is going to expire, prevent damages, and know how much they have invested in their stock. This is a pitch. This is a pitch. Many of you that have run business, this is what they call pitch deck or something like that. Okay, so this is a pitch. Now, another method to get your clients is social media. So I went into details in these things in the Ultimate Inventory Master class, and that is why it's very important for you to get them. Okay, Google My Business. I told you about the man we did audit for, that he went to Google to search, and he wrote down 5 companies he found. He was calling them one after the other, and my own company was number 5. All of them that he called were not picking, which means their customer service we are lacking. There is a deficit. You know, one thing in business is that it's little things that you use to beat your competition. So he was calling all the numbers of these companies, but none of them were going to. Then he called mine, which is number 5 in his list, and I picked immediately. And that was how I got the job. So Google My Business, and it means that my business has a presence in Google. Then Facebook ad. Many of you that are here now join through Facebook ad. All right. I did not come to your house to come and pitch to you. I did not come to your house to come and invite you for this webinar. You saw it in ad. So these are the methods. See, when you learn these skills, getting a client is not an issue. Getting a client will never be an issue. The only issue you will have is your inability to take action. So let's quickly look at how to manually create the code. Now look at these pictures. You can see a shoe. You can see a little yellow dress. You can see some shirts. And then you can see what? You can see a little red dress here. Have you noticed that? Did you see that? So now look at that shoe. Now I said in this slide, I said this shoe without a barcode can be coded this way. Now when you are handling, this is for businesses that are boutique. Okay, and mostly boutique business, many of their items don't have codes. Okay, dress shirts that you buy there, many of them don't have code, so they have to either manually or electronically create code for it. Now this shoe, I said how to code this shoe is that you identify that this shoe is a black shoe, and then the next thing you do is that you have to come to the realization and acceptance that this is a men's shoe. The color of this shoe is black and the size of this shoe is 42. So if you want to code this shoe, what you are going to do is X for the shoe, That is your first criteria. That is SH for shoe, ME for men, okay, and B for the color black, 42 for the size, which is 42, and 01. This 01 means that this is the first black shoe or black shoe, men's black shoe number one. Okay, it is the first shoe that you are what coding. Okay, it means that the second shoe, the last digit of that second shoe will now be 02. Are you getting the way it will be? The code for the third shoe will now be 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 010. You understand? And you keep on going that way. Is it clear? Is it clear? Did we understand it? Is it clear? Let me know in the comment section, guys. This is an activity base. This is an activity base. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you are learning it. Okay, let's code this dress. Now we identify that this is a dress, and this dress is called Italian sleeveless. The color is red and the size is 15. And so we coded it this way. D for what? Dress. IS for Italian sleeveless. RD for red color. Then 15, that is 15 for the size. And you can see that we do not add any extra number. So if this is the first red dress we are coding, we'll simply say what? 01. If it is the second, we'll say 02 and the rest. Because they may have a lot of red dress that are also Italian sleeveless. Okay? So you have to attach a unique number to separate them from each other. Now, this is the manual way of coding items. Let's look at this yellow dress. So this is a dress. It is called Ola. That is the name of the dress. It is yellow color. It is size 16. So we code it this way: D for dress, O for Ola, YEL for yellow, and 16. So if it is the first one we are coding, we'll put what? 01 or 001, depending on how you want your last code to be. Okay? And that is it for that. All right, guys, thank you so much for staying with me from the beginning till the end of this live section. I really appreciate your time. My desire is that what you have learned in this class will at least change the life of one person here. Get an extra source of income for you that will go ahead to become your source of financial freedom. Okay.